Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're watching me from at this time. Today I'm going to be talking about how to make our marriage work. The book of Ephesians, chapter 5, from verse 22 down to the last verse. God, the author of marriage, started talking to wives. He said, wives, submit to your husband just the way you submit to Christ. And from 25 down, he started talking to husbands. He said, husbands, love your wives just the same way you love your body, just as Christ loves the church. Remember, God is the author of marriage, and he knows that if we don't put certain principles in place, then there will be problems in our marriage. Remember, in marriage, 1 plus 1 is 1, all right? But in mathematics, 1 plus 1 is 2. So that is different from marriage. But the fact that marriage makes 1 plus 1 to be 1 does not make everything to be automatic. Certain rules must be obeyed for this marriage, for this institution to work. All right? So when you buy an appliance, for example, the first thing you want to do is to look at the user's guide. Why? Because you want to be careful enough to follow the manufacturer's instruction so that you do not damage the product you just bought with your hard-earned money or want to damage it. All right? So it is with our marriages. God, who is the author of marriage, has already given us users' guide on how to make our marriage work. All right? So there are so many other portions in the Bible that tells us about how to run our marriages. But for the sake of this talk today, we're going to be looking into the book of Ephesians, chapter 5, from verse 22 to the last verse. All right? So as a point of reference for today's teaching, we need to revisit Ephesians chapter 5, from verse 22 to the last verse, where he talked about how to make a marriage work. God knows that if we don't put certain principles in place, there will be a problem. Siblings giving birth to by the same parents with the same background, they still have misunderstanding. More husband and wife that came from different backgrounds. What do you think will happen if we don't work hard to put certain principles in place to make sure that we have an agreement in the home? All right, so it is very important to make sure that we work hard, because really, listen, anytime God is talking about marriage, he's always talking to husbands and wives. He's not talking to just wives and exempting husbands, or vice versa. He's always talking to, so you know why? Because for my marriage to work, for your marriage to work, it takes a combined effort. All right, 50-50, that is the effort by husband and wife for marriage to work. It cannot be done by one person. So please, today I urge you to be careful enough to follow the user's guide for marriage given by God, so that our marriage will work. And remember, God wants us to be together. He doesn't want broken homes. He doesn't want our marriage to split up, okay? So that is why he wants us to pay attention to principles that will make our marriage work, all right? And remember, since God made us man and woman, if you take away the husband from the wife, it can never be the same. There must be a vacuum. If you take away the wife from the husband, there will still be a vacuum, no matter how much you want to hide the truth. All right? So it is better for us to stay united. All right? It is better for us to be together. So please, let's try our best to make our marriages work. And remember, when we have a happy home, then we will produce happy children, we will produce successful children, and then who will be able to make our society a better place to be in. All right? But when you have broken homes, when things are not going on well in the home, yes, it will also be seen in the kind of children that come from such homes, and then you will see that the society will also be affected at large. All right? So thank you very much as we work together to make our marriage work. God bless you.